Hello YouTube, this is John here with John's Tech, and today I'm going to bring you guys a little bit of an unusual video. Now before we get started here, bear in mind that this is not necessarily as much of a phone versus phone comparison as it is operating system versus operating system, as the Lumia 1020 is the newest, one of the newer phones from Windows Phone, including, with the exception of course, you have the Icon and the 1520. I don't have either, so I'm going to be using this. And the iPhone 6 is the newest, latest, greatest smartphone from Apple, and probably like one of the best, or if not the best, smartphone out there right now. Of course, competing with Samsung and HTC and other Android phones like that, as well as Windows Phone. But to get started here, so just for a couple hardware specs, Nokia Lumia 1020 has a better camera with 41 megapixels, whereas the iPhone 6 only has 8. But everything else pretty much just tips the scales towards the iPhone 6. It has the A8 processor with the M8 coprocessor. It has a better screen, it's slimmer, it's lighter, it has a bigger display, and it just feels like a smoother experience. It runs a lot smoother than the Nokia. The Nokia has the dual-core Qualcomm Snapdragon S4, which is a good chip, but it just doesn't hold its own against the... it holds its own, it's just not as high, it's not as fast and just lightning quick as the A8 processor. Now what I want to do is give you little guys a little size comparison. So if you look here, these are sticking together because of my screen protector. But if you look here, the iPhone 6 is actually taller than the Nokia. These phones are sticking together for some reason. I have a screen protector on that just doesn't, they just don't like each other. And the Nokia is a little bit wider. But when you really notice it, is the iPhone 6 is a lot slimmer, and it doesn't have that weird camera bump. There's a little bit, but it doesn't affect the way it sits or anything. When you're going to turn these phones on, this is when the fingerprint sensor becomes a really cool feature. Press your finger on there, unlocks your phone, is really nice. Now this is when you start to see the difference between operating systems. So on the start screen you have all of your apps just crammed into one. You can order them in any order you want, but that's about it for iOS. On Windows Phone, however, you have, if you swipe to the right, you have an apps list. This is all the apps that you've ever downloaded, and you can make any single one of those apps on the start screen. So if I wanted to make, say this game Flight Control, I just click pin to start and it goes to my start screen. Your start screen on Windows Phone, I prefer it just because it's a little bit more customizable, it shows more information, and you don't have to have everything on your home screen, which is nice. It also has the live tiles, which are a little bit more customizable. You can make them any size. You can make them one of 3 sizes for most of them. Some of them only do 2, but for the most part you can make them 3 sizes. Some of them have see-through, so you can see the background, and as you can see, some of them, like Instagram and the games, are just one solid color. As far as physical buttons go, you have your home button on both of them, which just takes you to the home screen. So if I was to go here, those buttons are just going to take me back to the home. As you can see, that for basic tasks like that, the processor on the Nokia is fine. Now, on both of them, iPhone, you double tap the home screen, you get your recent apps. For the Nokia, it's if you hold your back button. And then Nokia has the back button, so say I'm on the internet, and then I go to my flashlight app, and I just click back, it takes me right back to the internet, which is kind of nice. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the notification center and action center, and that is, they both do pretty much the same job, but it's just you have a lot more features in the iPhone 6, and you have your action center here, which has a lot more options. It gives you a lot more settings, whereas on the Nokia you can change a couple things, but other than that you pretty much have to go to your settings. So yeah, the action center is better on the iPhone, but I think that the start screen, in my personal preference, is a little bit better than the iPhone, even though operating system is 100% personal preference. Now, some other cool features on the iPhone, on the camera, which the Nokia doesn't have. Even though the Nokia has a better camera, the iPhone still does well, and this is a pretty neat feature I want to show you guys. It's slow mode. I did a demo of this on my iPhone 6 video, so you can check it out there, but if I click record and I swipe my hand across like that, super fast, you can barely see it come across the screen. Click record, let's go look at what that looks like in 240 frames per second. Click record. And as you can see, it starts a little bit in regular speed, and then it kind of slows it all down, cuts out the volume. And as you can see, my hand was moving very fast there. but it has a nice smooth playback that it doesn't look choppy at all, which is really nice. That's a nice feature on here. And you're gonna get a lot more features on the iPhone 6, as well as the latest greatest technology and hardware, which is nice, whereas the Nokia is a little bit older now. So yeah, these are both very good phones. Really comes down to your preference in operating system. You should really go check them out, as well as Android, in store and see what you think. You really need to use them to see which one will be best for you. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned to my channel if you want to see all my latest videos, like my Note 4 unboxing and the review. It should be up in the unboxing should be up tomorrow, and then the review should be up in the next week or so. So yeah, see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.